Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Tuesday the 15th of February, 2022. Remember, I always say, and I always encourage you to share our live stream, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, live on Facebook. We're also on YouTube, TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. So I want to say a special good night to Trinidad and Tobago, those of you up the Caribbean, and those of you that are around the globe, whether you're looking at us live on Synergy Television, on Facebook, or on YouTube. You know, I want to say, even though it's a little late for a Valentine's greeting, I hope you all had a perfect day yesterday. I had a good day yesterday, but nevertheless, I was under the weather a bit with the Sahara dust. But nevertheless. So, tonight, viewers, it's Tuesday night. We're going to turn up the heat a little bit tonight. And remember, on Wednesday, we do have our public concerns night, where you can send your video and photos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight it here. We have been doing that every Wednesday. So Wednesday will be the 16th of February. It's our public concerns night. But tonight it's Tune It Up night, and we're going to turn on the heat a little bit. So 238-6716 is our phone line, viewers, to call in live in studio. With a rerun tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So as we start off tonight, I'm reminding you, Real Talk Financing and Investment Company, it's 2.5%. The highest interest being paid right now on any fixed deposit system in Trinidad and Tobago. So we're starting off. The Attorney General, Faraz Al-Rawi, has stated that draft legislation for the vaccine policy for the public sector is being finalized. He stated that it is untimely in the hands of Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali and the cabinet, guided by medical experts, to determine its implementation. Al-Rawi stated that there have been a number of submissions from both trade union movement and the private sector which have helped shape the policy. He also noted that the Prime Minister will speak to the advising of any law, but his job is to have the option ready and available. So viewers, they are planning to do it. They want to bring it into effect. But I want to see when the cases start going up with vaccinated people. I want to see if the government will step in and help those who have been affected by taking the vaccine. Because I will tell you something. If you die while being vaccinated, they will say it's comorbidity. And if you die unvaccinated, they will say it's COVID-19. That is what they're going to say just now. And they have already started saying it. So I want the medical board, together with the Attorney General, together with Saieed Ali, which one of them, or is the Attorney General also putting a policy in place to help those who have been affected after taking the vaccine? We ain't hearing nothing about that. The LC refused to talk about it. The Attorney General refused to talk about it. The Prime Minister refused to talk about it. The President, holding the highest office in the land of Trinidad and Tobago, refused to come out and say something about it. All these hierarchy, they actually refuse to say something about it. While people are taking the vaccine, and they are having adverse conditions after the vaccine. But Al-Rawi, I want to draw legislation to see about them. The other thing I want to see about them, the CMO I want to see about them, and the Prime Minister just don't business. All he cares about is you take the vaccine. He don't care if you're sick after. He don't care if you get a stroke after. They don't care if you die after. Do their business? No. Not for nothing's sake. But they're bringing a policy now. They're bringing a policy now to make sure you take it. So what about the sick people who cannot take it? What's going on with them? What about the people who have took the vaccine and never end up with a stroke? End up with problem? What about the individuals who have to fly out of Trinidad after taking the vaccine to go and seek medical help outside? Why isn't the Attorney General seen about that? Why is the medical fraternity in Trinidad and Tobago not talking about that? Because every day nurses and doctors complain. They complain. But Al-Rawi ain't bringing out legislation for the medical board or the medical team to see about people who get complications after taking the vaccine. They don't want to talk about that at all. But you know what they're doing? You know what they're doing? If you take it and die, if you take it and you die, Trinidad will receive a huge sum of US from death toll going up of COVID-19. You know, each country, once you cross a certain amount, the government gets a load of cash to take care of COVID-19 patients. You notice Carnival coming up. Carnival coming up and the numbers start to go down. Haven't you all noticed that? As I started to talk about Carnival, what happened? The cases going down all of a sudden. All of a sudden it going down. It's like COVID-19 almost don't exist in Trinidad. As the Carnival done, you're going to see something. You're going to see something. They all sing. For Christmas, they all sing, said, don't invite your friends. Don't invite your family because it could spread COVID-19 and you have gatherings. They have gatherings because the unvaccinated would be in your house. Set a clown. Call her good night.
I'm sorry.
Go right ahead.
Sorry to cut you on this thing, right? But I have some information for you, right? The vessel that killed a little baby, right? I have a sister-in-law. My brother have a sister-in-law who's a Coast Guard in the United States Coast Guard, right? She's a lieutenant there. She said the Trinidad Coast Guard supposed to put on a spotlight, a big spotlight, very big spotlight on the Venezuelan pirogue.
A spotlight.
And ask them to turn off the engine and identify yourself, right?
Yes.
But they say they was under attack. But how come there was only one Coast Guard firing shots? If he was under attack, about 2 or 3 others would have fired shots too. And they say the pirogue hit first. Why they end up hitting the engine in the back? Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Well said. Well said. Hey, it have plenty to come out with that, you know. It have plenty to come out with that, you know. But I gathered some information. You know when I tell you I gathering things, I'll let say a bus, S-bussing after, but nevertheless. But we stay in with Al-Rawi, and we stay in with the individuals who have taken the COVID-19 vaccine and end up with complications. The president of Trinidad and Tobago, she only voiced her opinion when it is important. The Ministry of Health is advising us to take the vaccine. And when we take the vaccine now, and we end up in complications, nobody wants to hear you. Absolutely nobody. Even Terence Dial sings, he didn't know about menstrual problem. He didn't know of anybody who took the vaccine and ended up with complications because they may get no doctor report. Even though they get a doctor report, they ain't going to say nothing. They ain't going to say nothing because they don't want to frighten you, the citizen. They don't. How many, I keep saying this, how many individuals took the vaccine and end up with complication? And they are saying, I even know, he even mentioned it. We never hear the CMO mention it. We never hear the Prime Minister mention it. We ain't hear nothing about the Attorney General drafting a policy to say about those who took the vaccine and ended up with complication. So many callers calling to the program live, and telling us about their friends and their family, even their wife and the husband and the brother and the sister and the aunt, and they're complaining. And they are saying it's deaf towards it. The Prime Minister is deaf towards it. The Ministry of Health, the CMO, they is deaf towards it. And Rawi is deaf towards it. It's just like implement property tax. And if you don't pay property tax, you're paying a penalty. But he gets away from paying property tax. And we all okay with it. We, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we okay with it. The Special Operation Response Team SORT, the brainchild of ex-police commissioner Gary Griffith, has been disbanded after the police executive reviewed 2 files regarding SORT officers' role in the death of 2 men who were detained in relation to the murder of court clerk Andrea Barrett. This was confirmed by Acting Commissioner of Police McDonald Jacob. Question on the international partners, where Jacob said he could not say, only that they are international support partners. Jacob said the new unit will have less manpower and its remit has since been reduced, citing security concerns. Jacob declined to say exactly how many officers will work in the NOTF. So hear this, hear this. And this is what I find is not making any sense. Police executive reviewed 2 files regarding SORT officers in the death of 2 men who were detained in relation to the murder of court clerk Andrea Barrett. 2 files they renew. They reviewed 2 files. So after reviewing these 2 files, they decided to shut down SORT. After these 2 files, they decided to shut down SORT. So listen to this. How many police officers in Trinidad and Tobago have been charged for murder? How many police officers in Trinidad and Tobago have been charged for abuse of power? How many police officers in Trinidad and Tobago have been charged with dealing in drugs, kidnapping, contraband? How many officers? How come the men shut down TTPS? After the executives reviewed the files of corrupted police officers in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, how come they may shut down TTPS? This is a question to the executives. How come them ain't shut down TTPS? How come that ain't happened as yet? This is a question to the executive. Because you all have reviewed 2 files regarding SWORD officers. So because of these SWORD officers in the death of 2 men, they decided to shut down SWORD. But after all the operations that SWORD did for Trinidad and Tobago, that just went unheard. The good actions went unheard. So I'm asking the executive now of the police service, how many officers in the police service have been charged for murder, wounding with intent, illegal firearm, contraband, kidnapping, human trafficking? How many? Can the executive come out and say if they intend now to dismantle the TTPS because TTPS officers are involved in racketeering? This is where they say, do so and like so. But if Saieed started highlighted, is a problem. Saieed, don't talk about SWORD like that. How much good SWORD do for Trinidad and Tobago? Numerous things. But you know what? Because it's the commissioner, because it was formed under the former commissioner of police, Gary Gifford, you know what? We go dismantle it. We go dismantle it. And then with SWORD officers now being involved into the death of 2 men who were involved in the death or the murder of Andrea Barrett, well, that top it off. Icing on the cake and we cancelling SWORD. So to the executive, how many members of TTPS have been charged with corruption? How many charged with drugs? Huh? How come they cancel TTPS? How come? Do so and like so. How many cases does the police complaint authority is dealing with presently against police? How come they may ban TTPS yet? To the executive of the police service, how come they may ban TTPS as yet? Huh? How come? I will tell you something. Trying to be. Because them is the executives, nobody can tell them nothing. Whatever decision they make is final. So we go dismantle SWORD and we go raise up a new team. But ask them how many police officers have been before the court. You know they refuse to come out and tell us. They're going to refuse. Because of the fact that Gary Gifford created SWORD there, that becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. Call a good night.
Good night, Saieed. This
Right
is
ahead.
the original imitation vaccine vegan.
Talk to me.
Kucho Tuesday for me. All right. I have been looking since last week for the resignation of an independent PNM senator called Vera. You know why? He brought the judiciary into disrepute. The appeals court judge, who apparently, what he said in Parliament, they WhatsApp him and tell him another senator behaving like a childish with respect to her contribution in the Senate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. No, I am looking, because I saw the opposition leader say she has written to the Chief Justice. I want the Chief Justice to get the cybercrime unit to investigate those 2 appeal court judge who was thrown their hat into the political arena, because they already shown they are biased towards certain political parties. And if he was making a jest in Parliament, I Vera, he must be fired. I ain't hearing the president want to move him yet.
Thank you, my friend. I understand what you're saying. Thank you so much. But we're pressing for a little time tonight because we have things to discuss. So viewers, We are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to touch on the former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, and what he had to say. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies. We are conveniently located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Or feel free to visit our newly opened branch at 132 Siparo Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Earn up to 2.5% interest on a 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our courteous staff will be happy to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So remember, viewers, you can set up a fixed deposit with Real Talk Financing and Investment Company and get 2.5%. So as we're talking about that, I have a little meeting with the heads of the credit union society on Friday. I tell you, we're moving along, you know. We're moving along. Very soon, Real Talk Credit Union will be opening its doors to the public. And I am going to change the way credit union does banking in Trinidad and Tobago. Take what I'm telling all you. But nevertheless, we're going to see about that when that time reaches. Former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith believes that the dismantling of the Special Operation Response Team SORT will negatively impact the morals of the police service and endanger the lives of citizens. The National Operation Task Force, NOTF, is a new unit that will replace SORT. Griffith stated that SORT had notably helped to stop kidnappings, rescue victims, and arrest criminals. Griffith also accused the government of using TTPS as a political tool by saying that the government appeared to have leaked the information of the dismantling of SORT to the media. Now, he urged that SORT operated with about 5% of the budget of the predecessor. The Special Anti-Crime Unit of Trinidad and Tobago, right, that is SAUTT, and that SORT resulted in 10 times as good. Meanwhile, the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, stated that the effect of replacing SORT will be purely operational. Recently, McDonald Jacob said, murder is not out of control. Murder is not out of control. And it's like almost every day we hear one or two persons get killed. But it's not out of control. But then, if McDonald like it, so what we go do? We can't do nothing. But if we protest about it, if we protest about it, it's a problem. It is a problem if we protest about it. We protesting, we the citizens protesting, so police could get up and do their work and find criminals. But instead of our protest goes heard, riot squad coming with tear gas. So our voices would not be heard. But you know when police ain't get a back pay, or police working on a 1973 salary, you know they cannot say nothing. They cannot say nothing. They expect people like Saieed to come out and talk about police still working on 1973 salary. I just using 1973 to draw an effect. They're complaining. You know, but one thing the police and the Coast Guard and the army cannot do is protest, you know. They can't protest. What they get, you had to swallow it. You had to swallow it. I will tell you something. The reason why they're dismantling SWAT is because Gary is not the commissioner. He's not the commissioner. So I ask myself, is the TTPS of Trinidad and Tobago under political interference? Caller, good night.
Evening, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, I'm sorry for Guy Griffith, you know. You better have about 2-3 Queen's Council because they're coming for you, you know. You understand what I'm telling you? I demand us talk about Nutromix Hatchery, boy. They cut the ribbon, boy.
They cut the ribbon.
But I read in the article that the lease was granted to them in 2015. They paid for a water connection in 2016 up now, then get pipe-borne water up to now, you know. The article saying that Mr. Mohammed is telling us right through construction until they cut the ribbon, them transporting truckloads of water to that place, you know.
Yeah.
But somehow the Prime Minister say permanent secretary is at fault. Maybe get some people from the private sector. You know the CEO of WASA has to be blamed for that, and the minister, you know that?
Hey, talking about that, caller.
Yeah,
I hear very soon, WASA want to charge you for using a power washer and a sprinkler, you know. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, very soon WASA want to do that. They want to charge you for using a power washer, and they want to charge you for using a sprinkler. How come they're not charging nobody for the sprinklers in Mocha? How come, WASA? I go challenge earlier, just like I challenge, what's the man's name? LaHunt. When you could provide information and charge those that using the sprinkler on Mocha to keep the grass green, the grass green, and are willing to charge hotelers who have sprinklers on a little lawn, then come and charge the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You want to charge me for using a power washer? I pay in WASA every 4 months. I pay in WASA my bill. I ain't owing them. And if I help it, I pay the yearly fee one time. So if I am paying for water, do not tell me how to use my water. Because if my gate says side you pay for 10 gallon, I will use the 10 gallon because I pay for 10 gallon. All I want to bring out some laws that would cause citizens to carry all you to court. If I'm paying for a service, I will use that service how I want. Because I have to pay for it. Not WASA. WASA is paying the bill for me, you know. I paid my bill to use WASA water. So don't tell me how much truck to full. Don't tell me how much power washers to use. Don't tell me I cannot use sprinklers in my compound when I'm paying for the water and having. All I feel is joke. Let me tell you something. We go down in our graveyard and nobody ain't standing up to say nothing. We have so much of top class lawyers in Trinidad and Tobago, and you have to pay them for every single thing. Everything. But when a bandit come in the house and rob and kill and rape their family, Saeed, I want to highlight a bandit come in my house, boy, and you know we's only lawyer, we can't protest. Who they calling? Saeed. But when Saeed calling on them, they put a mask over their face so I can't identify them. I tell you, my mouth stink, you know. 2022, I get more stink, you know. It's more stink I get, you know. Because there's more nonsense going on in Trinidad and Tobago. And those in authority ain't stepping up. So you're vexed, you're lost. Call a good night.
Hello, Sai.
Go right ahead.
You remember you said the police serving the 1973 salary? That's why you see all them people who, them police who's in corruption. Do you listen me?
I just used that figure just to draw a reference, 1973.
Yeah, the figure. But they cannot live in that salary. That's why they are in corruption. That's why they kidnapping. That's why they are doing everything what they do. One guy come to trade them up, they dismiss Gary because the corruption will be bigger, higher on Gary. You understand that? Oh, that's all what I want to tell you. No matter how much you say and what you say, nobody hearing you because they are in control. We are the dictators. We are the dictators in Trinidad. I am not a Trinidadian, but we are dictators in Trinidad.
Thank you, my friend. You see, they will try to dictate my pace, but they can't come wrong me. Because I will sit down. I side will sit down in my prayer room, and I will deal with them there. I will deal with them there. I feel like joking. And I was talking about a minister, careful minister get an accident, you know. I said for 2-3 days straight. What happened? What happened with the Alsing on the highway? Like all of them put my mouth again. Communication Workers Union, CWU, Clyde Eller have stated that the union prefer VSEP to retrenchment of its members at TSTT. He stated that contrary to recent report, none of his members will be made millionaires by any such payout, and added that the CWU has no list of workers facing retrenchment nor any calculations of possible VSEP payments. Elder added that he had written to TSTT on Wednesday last, for a follow-up meeting after the meeting on last week Tuesday between the union and the company. Last week, Elder said about 600 workers face an uncertain future against the backdrop of TSTT revenue last fiscal year falling by $453 million. Imagine that, eh? 600 workers. 600 workers with loan to pay. 600 workers with children to see about. 600 workers. It's sad. It's sad, it's sad, it's sad. And when you ask, where's the labor minister? They're always on vacation. Nobody to answer. And we're going down the road right there. Right there we're going down the road, like if everything good. So persons of interest tonight, Josh Amir Mohammed and Davy Mohammed. This two lovely looking couple there, this lovely looking couple. Would the friends and the family of this lovely couple tell them Saeed wants to see them, please get in touch with me, 238-6716 or 339-1670. It is a matter of concern. So the friends and the family of these two lovely couple, Josh Amin Mohammed and Davy Mohammed, get in touch with Saieed Ali. Call a good night.
A very, very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
To you, my friend.
I know for sure that the day will reach when general election will have to be called, and general election will happen, and you cannot gas me that day. All right? And it's a matter of time. It's not a matter of time. I think the Minister of Finance trying all how to figure out a way how to charge we, how to tax the citizens for the air we breathe in.
Yeah.
All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. Let me tell you something. I encouraging people, I telling people, if Column Abel could be exempted from paying tax, Said could be exempted, I'm telling you. Because they have a building. They pass the legislation. Those who have multi-story apartment building will be exempted from tax. All of them. But the small people who have small 3-bedroom houses, you will have to pay your tax. Otherwise, you will be facing a penalty. Colin, if you could be exempted, I could be exempted. And I want to know what criminal offense did I commit that I will be going to court with. And I will ask the magistrate, Your Honor, I didn't rob nobody, I didn't kill nobody, I didn't kidnap nobody for ransom, I didn't thief nobody's car, I didn't break in nobody's house, so how the hell did I commit a criminal offense? I wonder if the Attorney General could answer that. Caller, good night.
Yes, sir, good night.
My friend.
Sorry, I have 2 quick points, boy. My first point, right? This whole issue with NIB, boy. How it is, the citizens now, the people that making the contributions, right? And they had to retire at the age of 60. People who retire this year, people who retire next year. And they need to get an NIS to rally them in the next 5 years before they get old age pension. Where is them position by side? Why does the contributors have to pay for mismanagement in NIB? I don't understand that logic.
Correct.
They're coming now with the excuse that they don't have enough contributors, right? But that is not society's fault, that's government fault, because since 2015, they're cutting jobs all over the countryside. Look at people who went home. And all them people that used to contribute to NIB. So how it is you could come now and want to raise the age and saying that is the solution towards fixing NIB. When it is, we building an airport, right? That costing $1.2 billion in Tobago that we do not need because nobody traveling right now. Nobody don't want to even travel because of how this COVID going, right? All they're building an airport that we don't need. And all they're saying that NIB now lacking funds of $1 billion in $1 billion deficit right now. All they could not use that $1 billion to bail out NIB so people wouldn't have to work an extra 5 years. That working out to be almost $200,000 in contributions again that people have to make for that 5 years now to come and to get an NIS. That's unfair, boy. And if that people that working in NIB, all in the board of NIB that working with $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a month. So all you could not downsize the big people on top so that the people who contributed wouldn't have to face acts like how they're facing it now.
My friend, remember when the $10 million went missing?
Yeah.
Who gave account for that?
Well, nobody. But hear the thing now, right? You're coming to a carnival when nobody wants. All you're deciding to do this thing now, waste a set of money now. When you look at try to help NIB again, use the money positively to help tax-paying citizens and people that are contributing to this thing. Alright, here it is. What about the employers like yourself who have employees that is pay half of NIB, NIS? Every contribution the employer makes, the employee has to make half. What about that? And when the employer comes now, he cannot get NIS. What about the employer cannot get old age pension when you 5 years side?
True.
What about all them things? And nobody not challenging all these things. But then Kick Rowley want to come now and dictate to the population that he want to remove permanent secretaries. What, somebody make you go out to Trinidad? How he going to do that? How he going to do that? And my next point is real quick, right? This one migrant thing with the baby we was talking about last week, right? You see how fast the lawyers and them jump up and want to defend the family of the baby, right? You see how fast they try to get them to stay in the Trinidad, right? Where all these lawyers who was talking about that whole migrant story, where them was when they was forcing people to go and take vaccinations before they lose their job. Why none of them come out and talking about the vaccine? All of a sudden they come out and jumping out and talking about, oh, they want to help them because of
migrants.
Migrant crisis and all kind of
stuff.
Where it was, understand what I'm saying? Where it was when this whole vaccine controversy was going on and people was forced to go and take the vaccine, otherwise they're losing their job. And right now people have so much of complication and adverse effects on this vaccine side that nobody ain't taking them on. It's better they just drop down, you know.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, you enjoy your night.
So viewers, hear this. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali have stated that talks of retrenchment and TSTT is hearsay at this time. This after he was questioned by Cuba South MP Rudinath Narsingh on how many TSTT workers will be unemployed due to TSTT's restructuring. The PM stated that the restructuring is not only about jobs. He added that TSTT management and the Communication Workers Union were involved in talks. However, the government saying that they are not part of this discussion.
Restructuring is not only about jobs, it is about the business that those entities are engaged in. As I said before, consistent with the collective bargaining agreement that governs the relationship between TSTT and the union representing its workers, the management of TSTT and the Communication Workers Union are currently involved in restructuring discussions on the future sustainability of the organization. The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not part of these discussions, and therefore it will be imprudent to comment on any matter that any of the parties choose to put out in the public domain.
Yes, in Narsingh then noted a $5.453 million loss at TSTT last fiscal year and asked whether the government would get money to support any restructurement or support any retrenchment at TSTT during restructuring. Rowley replied that there is no issue of retrenchment and added that the claims were hearsay.
As I speak to you and this House now, there is no issue of retrenchment in front of the government, and those numbers that are being raised and bandied about and coming from these particular sources are to be taken as hearsay. The government, as a major shareholder in this company, will get its information at the appropriate time, and only then, Madam Speaker, will these issues be in front of the government. Certainly, it is not in front of the cabinet at this time. I have just indicated that the government is not a part of these discussions. TSTT is not the government.
So viewers, we are waiting for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to wrap up this retrenchment issue. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies. We are conveniently located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Or feel free to visit our newly opened branch at 132 Siparo Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Earn up to 2.5% interest on a 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our courteous staff will be happy to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So welcome back, viewers. Now, in closing off the retrenchment at TSCT, on the heels of TSCT calling for restructuring, CWU head Clyde Elder concluded that about 600 workers faced the axe on the heels of 700 retrenched in 2018. So just imagine that. While Mr. Elder is saying one thing, the Prime Minister is saying another thing. So who do we believe? Who do we believe? Moving along from that, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has stated that if the opposition wants to fight the matter of the recent incident between the TNT Coast Guard and the Venezuelan pirogue, they must begin by fighting the fact that many illegal migrants heads to Chaguanas where they demand for prostitution tribes. Rowley was responding to queries by MP Rodney Charles on the fallout from the incident between TNT Coast Guard and the Venezuelan vessel, which resulted in a Venezuelan child being killed. However, viewers, the PM asked the leader of the opposition and her minions to cease from bad-mouthing TNT.
Speaker, the first thing we'll do, and I do it here now, is to ask the leader of the opposition and her minions to cease and desist from bad-mouthing this country.
The Prime Minister could do better with his language.
Prime Minister, as far as I've made a ruling on minions in the context, if you will withdraw that word, and let's proceed.
Madam Speaker, I withdraw the word minion, and I trust that I will never use it again in this House. Madam Speaker, I want to repeat what I've said, which is parliamentary, and that I intend and I am asking the leader of the opposition to cease and desist from bad-mouthing our officials who act from the Coast Guard in this matter.
Now, viewers, one question on border security guidelines. Rowley said that publicized guidelines exist. This, as he quoted from a document from Venezuela called Gender and Crimes, dated February 11, 2022. The PM also challenged the opposition in fighting the matter.
I will answer by quoting for the member, Madam Speaker, from a document from Venezuela called Gender and Crimes, dated 11th of February, it's very recent, by Venezuela Investigative Unit. And it says, Madam Speaker, with respect to the very people that he's claiming to want to defend, says that some stay in the south while others head to the north and the central region, many to the borough of Chaguanas where the demand for prostitute thrives. And Madam Speaker, the document goes on to say that the expert reported that unlike other countries such as Jamaica, Antigua and Barbuda, where human trafficking had been on decline, demand for sex and prostitution in Trinidad and Tobago is being driven by a high rate of local consumption, especially in the borough of Chaguanas. Madam Speaker, that is representative, and my colleagues in here, if you want to fight this matter, let us begin by fighting this.
So I just want to say something. When all these illegal immigrants was coming into Trinidad and Tobago, who gave them cards? Who gave them ID card to stay in Trinidad? Was it me? Was it me? No, it was our prime ministers and his cabinet. It was his cabinet. Stuart Young went down and tell him, everybody get in line, you all can be registered. I remember that. How quickly we forget. When Charles pressed for a policy to deal with the nonsense going on with Venezuela, Rowley replied that he did not know what policy Charles was asking for.
Madam Speaker, it is precisely because we have a comprehensive policy and physical responses against the background of that policy why we have an effective border patrol through our Coast Guard interacting with the problem for which the perils sometimes, Madam Speaker, involve people being drowned, people being lost, people being hurt, people being shot. So I don't know what policy he's asking for, but I'm asking for a policy to reduce your appetite for the corruption that is in this document.
Y'all hear that? Technically, the Prime Minister take out himself. Take out himself. But nevertheless, we're going to leave that for our next day. Principal Medical Officer Dr. Mariam Abdul Richard stated that Trinidad and Tobago current decline in the number of COVID-19 patients at hospital led, listen carefully, led to the rise of cases infected by the Omicron variant. However, Abdul Richard stated that 416 persons were hospitalized, which represented 47% of the parallel healthcare system occupancy. She added that despite the decrease in hospital occupancy, hospitals that care for critical ill patients continue to have high occupancy. Listen to this.
The overall occupancy of the parallel healthcare system this morning is 47%, and this represents 416 persons, of which 342 are in the hospitals in the parallel healthcare system, with 74 in step-down facilities. Despite the decrease in hospital occupancy that we have been noting over the past 53 days or so, we must recognize that the hospitals that care for the severely and critically ill patients continue to have high occupancies.
And we jamming for Carnival. We jamming for Carnival. The Ministry of Health gave the Prime Ministers and his team the okay to keep Carnival. You all hear what you all just heard what she said? Abdul Richard further noted that the military continued to notice a significant proportion of persons who are not fully vaccinated requiring hospital care.
It is key, however, to note that we continue to see a significant proportion of persons who are not fully vaccinated requiring hospital care. And this indeed has been a consistent trend since July of 2021. So at present, approximately 84% of all persons hospitalized in the parallel healthcare system are not fully vaccinated. And this, of course, emphasizes and reiterates the need for all of us who are eligible to become vaccinated.
You know one thing I never hear them saying? Is how many fully vaccinated persons are there in hospital. I never hear them saying anything about that. I never heard them saying anything about fully vaccinated people getting the after effects of the vaccine. We are hearing nothing like that. How come? How come? So I want to hear now, I want to hear after Carnival what they will be saying. What I will say, the unvaccinated spread it to the vaccinated. Even they confirmed that the vaccinated gets in it. But I always say, we have to learn to live with it. It's something we have to learn to live with. But yet you're blaming the unvaccinated. While the vaccinated getting it. Why them and say the vaccinated getting it and they're passing it on to the unvaccinated? Why they switch their tongue? You know they wouldn't do that? They would not do that. Not for heaven's sake they will do that. But like I said, the Alsing job is to come out and tell the public X, Y, and Z. Whether we want to hear it or not, that is his job. That is his job. And it will continue being his job. And I will continue lighting them up on topic that they just don't care about. That is my job. To let them know what they're telling the public is partially crap. You know there are hospitals right now that they have to use back their mask. Some nurses have to provide themselves with gloves. Do you know that? Such a sad thing. Such a sad thing, eh? But then say what? Does the Alsing business know? His only concern is that at the end of every 30 days he collects his salary. Just imagine, they gave you okay for carnival. They spent a set of money, millions of dollars building pods. 6 feet. For we the people, to go and jump up on. If you're coming down the road in your car, you're vaccinated, eh? You're vaccinated. Family fully vaccinated. You're coming down the road in your car and you have on your mask and a police stop you. You know it's $2,000? You know it's $2,000, Navin? You're fully vaccinated, Trinidad and Tobago. You're coming down in your car, the husband, the wife and the children. And you know it's $2,000 if you have on your mask per person. But you know it is okay, Trinidad and Tobago. It is okay to go in a safe zone and airway no mask. But you coming down in your car and a police flag you down. Oh, hold on, slow down. Where's your mask? We're fully vaccinated. Well, the law states if you're in your vehicle and you're not wearing your mask, you will pay your $2,000. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. We had to be some dumb dodo-head individuals living here. I'm telling you. We had to be some dumb dodo-head living in Trinidad. And that is okay with the health minister. That is okay with the prime minister. That is okay with the CMO. And that is okay with the Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, Faris Al-Rawi. You're safe to go in a bar. You don't have to wear your mask. You don't have to pay $2,000. But sit down in your vehicle, Navin. And you're fully vaccinated. And you know police giving you $2,000. $2,000 for the madam, $2,000 for the driver, and $2,000 if you have one child, and if you have a next child, and next $2, $4, $6, $8,000 for fully vaccinated people in your car if you ain't wear your mask. Let's say something now, nah? Let's say something. There's a little hit up. There's a little tune up for Wednesday. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, I am Saieed Ali. You're viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. There's a rerun of this program Wednesday the 16th of February 2020 from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And we're going to be back right here Wednesday the 16th of February with our Public Concerns Night. So remember, your videos and your photos of the road, the drain and the bridges, send it to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com and we'll be glad to highlight it. So until we meet again, good night.